Good morning or good day, everybody. I hope this is working out. I hope we are going to see you. I'm going to see you. This is a royal way. Let me start with some musica and I'll see you in a few minutes. Good morning, Kylie. So good to see you. Let's have something happy playing first. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi, Andy. Did I see the forecast? No, I'm just enjoying this day. I had really crappy 2 weeks, I really have to tell you. I really have to take seriously losing weight because they found something, leptin, it's the hormone that is wanting me to stay where I am, and I'm big and I want to go down and it's not letting me, and even if I lose weight, it's going to start pushing it back. So I don't know what to do, guys. Is anybody else there in menopause? Like, pick me. It's freaking hell. So basically, what was it? Like, first, it was its freaking energy, like electricity. That was that one day. It was just weird, right? The whole month was weird. And then the last week, I pulled my back. I felt I had a cold. And more I think about it, it's still there, but I think it's an allergy. But I also now have sciatic nerve. It's like, ugh, ugh. And I think this is all stemming from extra weight, and I really, really have to do something about it. So let's see who is here. Kylie was here. I think the very first one before everybody was New Orleans over here. So bonjour, bonjour. Barbie's here, Andy, and Andrea. Hello, Andrea. Did you come here before? I don't know. Michelle, good morning. So guys, I don't know if you remember, I think we had somewhere around Christmas. I was thinking I'm going to do the readings for April, but I'm going to also switch these readings as well to just be in one time, and it's going to be a little bit shorter. So that way we can still have twice a month, because I'm just getting, my work is getting really, really up there, and I'm working as it is 10 hours a day, so I just can't carry everything, but I want to see you. So if you remember, you guys had ability to pick from which deck you want. So this is kind of like that I pulled for today. So it's Angel Wisdom cards. So this is how they look, right? Morgan Greer, which is kind of like a standard deck, Pixies, and Golden Universal Tarot, which is Raider White. So I'm going to write this here for you. Angel Wisdom Tarot. This is the first one. Then you have Morgan Greer, and then you have Lenormand, which is a little bit different, and then you have Barbie. I need to lose 100. How is that, to put in perspective? And then we have Universal. So how is this going to look today? You are guys getting your readings. Yep. And you have to pick which deck you want, and you have to, I don't know, if you feel you can give me a question. If not, I can just pull the card in generic one. And I'm going to start in hierarchy, like Barbie first, because she's a master moderator, then Kylie. Lynn was the first one, but I want to see if she's going to come back. And then, but Kylie will be first, and I'll go in that order. Hello, good morning, Chris. Nice to see you guys. So let's go from there. Oh, look at that. We have Angel Wisdom fans over here. So I don't know, should I take a picture of this and put it aside, or you're going to remember? I probably should actually pin it on the top. I'm going to pin this here on the very top, so you know. And can I edit it? I can't edit it, never mind. Sorry, my typing gets weird, but okay. So let's start with Barbie. Did she tell me what she wants? Barbie, you need to pick the deck. I'm going to push them all here and take them out from their little thingies. Lenormand here. So we have this and Morgan Greer. My favorite is actually Morgan Greer, believe it or not. That's a deck I really love because it's almost like a Rider Waite. And it has something, I guess, of a design in it that has it. Okay, Barbie. So Kylie did say Angel Wisdom. Barbie did say Lenormand. All right. So if you guys don't put your question, then I'm just going to. So what you need to tell me? Okay, sorry, it's just me. Tell me which deck and tell me the question. If you only leave a deck, I'm going to just have a general one. So we might have a couple of rounds here. I'm kind of like dedicating an hour to that, so we can go from there, right? So hello, Kelsey. Look at that. Like more people here on a Fan Appreciation Day than on the readings. but kind of like that makes sense, kind of like doing that. So Barbie, I'm starting with you. Since I didn't get a question, I'm just going to do generic. So Barbie, what Barbie needs to know? Crystal, good morning. I have more, and next time when we do that, we can just pick different ones. Ooh, Barbie. Barbie has the bouquet. And the bouquet is, I don't know, I'm just going to take another one here, just in a case I need any kind of like clarifiers, and just leave it here. I have like, usually when I do Lenormand readings for people, I do Grand Tableau, and I do two decks basically at the same time. Ooh, March 20th court. This is the biggest luck. This is the luck of the deck. I'm going to pull two more cards, but before I get there, let's enjoy this one a little bit. This is a positive card. It is talking about a gift and appreciation and surprise. It's a very positive card. It's about joy. So it's going to be something that is going to feel like gift. And I see this is not exactly even. I see this going off, but I have to live with this. You're going to smile. This card, it says in 9 days. What is today? It's 11, so 20th. Oh my gosh, it works exactly right. You're going to have something that is going to make you smile, and it's going to be indication that things are going well. Visit me, Barbie. Come and visit. As far as on a love kind of like plan, it would be flourishing relationship and something that has a future. Career-wise, business-wise, things are kind of like going in your favor, right? But as I said, this is kind of like connecting to number 9, and I think because it is very positive card, it usually acts really, really quickly. So let me just get 2 more to see if there's anything to add. They're like still some kind of mountain to climb. Mountain sometimes means postponement of a sort or extending a decision. And this kind of like talks about unknown, but this card is so powerful. It's like the sun in tarot, and even when you get tower next to the sun is minimizing any effects of the negative cards. This still says to me that's going to be not all on your terms. That is going to be something you need to do, because there's like something unknown to you and even to your lawyer probably at that stage, that is going to resurface. So I would say, so this is 26 card, and this one is 21. So I would say that you need to kind of like lower expectations by 21% and think in those terms. And that's basically preparation for you mentally, and that's where you may land up. But nonetheless, this is like something very, very positive coming through. All right. So Kylie is next one. She has Angel Wisdom over here. So let's go, Kylie. Did she give me a question? No, I guess we are going for generic over here. Let's do that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, I mean, I really appreciate it. She's staying in the middle of the night in Australia. Let's give a round of applause both for Barbie and Kylie. And they're like here each and every time, and you know, Barbie's running the show, like big help, doing freaking amazing job. I just cannot even imagine it, and I have never told her what I want. She just knew what to do. It's just amazing. So Kylie, we have something coming here reversed, but I don't really necessarily think this is your fault. I just grabbed the deck in the wrong way, because this deck is actually being looked in the opposite way. So you have the, but let's see what came out. The wheel reversed, and these deck, oh, look at it, how lovely it is. They have all major arcana coming here through, and yeah, isn't this great? The Saturn has left Aquarius. I cannot tell you how much I don't like Saturn. It teaches you day in day, and it's there for 3 years, and it's like, is it over? I hate this meeting. I want it to be over, and it's lasting 3 years. Oh my god. And it's over, and it is over for the next 30 something years, I believe, which I think in that stage I'm going to be in a dying stage, so it's possible that Saturn is going to just take me with him. So it was like one of those last things, get lost, thank you, kind of a thing, right? So it says over here, Kylie, a fresh new start or the end of delays, sudden or unexpected progress, a very positive change in your life, travel or a new vehicle. Maybe you're going to have problems with your car because it's reversed, and strength it is. You might have a challenging relationship. It says over here, personal power and assertiveness portrayed with kindness, compassion that brings about forgiveness, realizing that you're stronger than you knew. I have a feeling that somebody is going to make you feel, oh, what would be the word? Disenchanted, because this leads into, says, make a choice, stop procrastinating or over analyzing, get clarity on what you desire and move forward. Too many options and addictions. But to me, it's really interesting. They just have a different dots, which to me indicates those different chakras, and pushing it. And maybe, I don't know, like to me, this simply means that you possibly are surrounded with the people who don't have your best in mind, and you're staying there, I guess, A, financial survival, or B, it is what it is. It's not that easy to kind of like do it, but you are fully cluing in that you need to change that core, and that the core could be the problem. So that's kind of like what this reading means. So maybe you're going to see down the road. Hello there, Barticles Nail. That's nice to see you finally live. So Kylie, you need to tell me. We are going to probably have a second round on this one. So let's see who was next. Then we had Andy. Did you tell me, Andy, what you want? Which deck you want? Andy, Lenormand. Andy's Lenormand. Does she have a question or generic? Are you Scorpio and you doable? I already know the answer, but let's see what this says. And yes, guys, please do chime in. Like, we're all here, like I'm in a group of friends. I hope we can call each other that way. So if you have anything to add for any reading that I do, please do. So this one is for Andy. She's asking if the Scorpio dude is a good match. Is it doable? So let's see. Oh my gosh, they're both... This is what I had in mind. I totally knew. And you know what? I'm not going to draw any other cards. Not to kind of like put a fly in your like wine kind of a thing. This is the heart. Kind of like it's really encompassing everything. With Scorpio, your ascendant is Scorpio. Is that kind of like, I think what we discussed is it's a really strong connection. Usually the same sign and the same sign. I live with somebody who was Aquarius. He was 13th of February. I'm 15. And the 14th is Valentine's, so we kind of like had a love fest every February 13 to 15. It was hilarious, right? Generally, like, we turned into friends, and we really didn't break up. It was just, this is not a point kind of a thing, right? But generally, that's what happens. You're just too much alike to have that chemistry needed. There is exception to that rule, and that will be between two Scorpios. Because if you have to think about it, Scorpios are ruled with that strong sexuality, strong need to go deep inside. So this is about the affection and joy and flirtation. So you know what? You can with him go and do any freaky thing, because this means that it's really kind of a connection, and that they're like also some kind of affection. It's kind of like going to work properly, and I don't know, like with this card, it's almost like feeling of being in heaven, right? Like, what did you have like before the Gemini? Oh my God, like, with Gemini, you never know where you stand, because one day, like, all amazing, the next day, they're nowhere to be found, and like, what can I tell you? So, for you, something might happen within 24 hours, but around the 24th of this month, it's going to be some greater clarification about the things. So that's where it's really, really important kind of like to do it. So hopefully this helps, guys. You can also chime in as well. So let's see who was next. So Kelsey, you're next. After Kelsey, it will be Chris. So let me see. Kelsey, did she pick the deck? Morgan Greer, and that she gave me the question. Going back and forth. You're so chatty. I like that. I learn nice here. Kelsey. So I guess it's general. So let's do the general. Kelsey. Because he's been stalled slightly. He's been sick. I don't know. Maybe it's something in the air. Oh, that's right. That was like last week. My computer was not returned. Like now it's fully upgraded and it's working. And this guy saved me tons of money because I thought it's time to fully buy a new computer. And because I process graphics, it's not a cheap proposition for me. It's like about $5,000-$6,000. And I was like, ugh, everything is so expensive. Do you guys feel this way? I was just in a store this morning and I got tiny 2 little bags. It was like $200. It was eggs, it was milk, it was cream, it was rotisserie chicken, it was salad, salad dressing. Really not much if you really think about it. Like, I mean, butter chicken, sauce, breads. That's it. It was $200. I cannot tell you how it was few items in it, but that was it. Cat treats, that kind of like was it. So let's do it. General free. Ooh, you're getting justice, which is a karma card. Ooh, this is a flying out as well. Let's get one more for you, madam. Oh, it's all positive. So you're generally, it's telling me that you're going through some phase or a period that is actually balancing it out. So you know how sometimes, you know, people talk about luck. People talk about you know, like, oh, I just got lucky. But that luck is being built up. So you get lucky because something has been done, and like, you know, do you collect pizza points or something? Like I have to order 6 pizza and I get a free one, right? So this is that freebie coming through. So even, you know, like you are squeezing something in, like you're celebrating, and this is a victory. This is extremely positive time for you, my dear. And you really, really need to be out there. Even though this celebration is on your own, you kind of like want to have a manicure, pedicure day for yourself. Very, very pleased with yourself with this. It's like very internally pulling stuff and how you really want them. So, hey, you know what can I say? This is really awesome. Like, I don't know if you can pick better than that. This is saying, okay, you know what? I'm balancing things in your favor. You know, like they're finding $50 on the street. Then it's, oh, okay, well, let's celebrate. Like, it's going to be a glass of wine or champagne, I really have to tell you. And it's feeling that you're like king in town. It's going to be just like that, right? I hope this helps, madam. Let me see who is next. Kylie, the price index, especially interest rates, is skyrocketing Australia. Superannuation is going to, what is superannuation? Ridiculously expensive. Oh my god, I have given up on so many things already. Salad, like it was like the, you know, the romaine salad, it was like these 3 hearts, but the hearts are getting tinier, like 3 tiny hearts for $9. And I'm like, I can't wait for the spring to grow my own lettuce because this is just crazy. And it's just like the entire veggie spot is crazy. Like it was, 1 lemon was $2. It's just like, of course, I'm comparing, like, I mean, something that was 30 years ago when I came to Canada, where I would just get this full shopping cart. It was heaping on the top of it. And it was not $100. And now 2 bags, like, I swear to you, like, they were like maybe this wide and maybe equally tall, just like this in the middle. $200. That's where it was. And it's hard. My salary didn't double, and they're telling us it only went 11% up, but really they're insulting my intelligence because everything went up between 50 and 100%. That's kind of like where we are. Alrighty, let's go back to positivity. Who was Chris is next? Did you drop? Oh, look at this. He's singing. Good morning. And let's see, did he tell me the deck? Chris, you need to tell me the deck, and you need to tell me the question if you don't have it. If you don't have a question, I'll just do the general thing for you. So please, if you're listening, drop this off. I'm just going to move next until you tell me. So I pinned them. This is Angel Wisdom. This is Morgan Greer. Lenormand is a little bit different divination, and then you have just a standard golden universal deck, just to see which one you feel that you're vibing with today. Let me see who is next. I'm going with Maud first, guys, and then going to be everybody else. So I see what's his name? Crystal Smith. I see you there. I see Andrea 54 Hector. I see you there. Just want to make sure if I have any other mod ahead of you. And I only have Chris from what I see so far. Did anybody else arrive? In the meantime, I think somebody else did arrive. Diabolically, small male. ECAT is here. Let's see. ECAT and Lorna H. Kelsey, Barbie, Creative Guru. Ladies, give me which deck you want, and next to that write your question. Oh, ECAT did it. Did you, ECAT? You didn't give me your deck. And if you don't write a question, I'm just going to do the generic one. Okay, Chris wants standard. What is the standard? So this would be this one. Okay, Chris, you're going next. So guys, in the meantime, while I'm doing that, just sorry because I have to keep scrolling up and down. If you can just put it in, I would really greatly appreciate it. So Chris, romance. Ooh, what's going on, Chris? Look at that, you're getting the swords. So just turn off this heat. Move it down. Yesterday was freezing, today I'm boiling. All right. Are you Chris really into romance right now? It almost tells me that you have been taken back with something. So let me just give you this. This Eight of Swords. For me, first of all, it's the card where she's blindfolded, where she's not moving, she's some kind of situation where she's stuck. So that can be abused woman situation or domestic issues. But this is also a situation when we date somebody who is technically unavailable. They do go out on a date, they do find a space and time to put their profile and to kind of like say things they want. But then the energy of their everyday life pulls them back, right? So this sometimes connects with our energy, and I'm feeling strong. Oh, this is your energy. That's why I said, are you really in it, right? There is like some kind of gratefulness that you have about the situation. Maybe you are really praising yourself, that you're really quick to determine who is for you, who isn't. And that is kind of like really important here to kind of like assess. This Page of Cups would mean flirtation, would mean something. But here reversed. So, which means that either you are not flirting or that somebody is not returning that flirtation. But check this out. You're actually feeling comfortable about all of that. If we look at the numerology meaning, 8 and 4 is 12. And 12 is hangman. The hangman is talking about obtaining a different perspective. So given that your question was really generic about love and romance and long-term relationship, I feel that you really need to figure it out how to maybe even date somebody who now maybe wouldn't be on the radar. Like it was something that at one point I realized, it was just weird. I was filling this profile for the online dating and this is my wish list and da-da-da. And then I started looking at his profile and looking all of these fellows that I dated, and not a single one would fit because I like this quirky, I like this frisky, and then it just hit me, you know what? I think I want that, but I'm enjoying something else. And I'm wondering if this is something like that coming through, that maybe it's telling me that you should probably open a little bit more. I would also stay away from anybody who's unavailable. I would just weed it out right away, because that can end up like in tears, I would say, but you know, this is kind of like hypothetical. We will go when we do the second round. We are going to do this more. ECAT. Okay, ECAT, you're next. Sorry, ladies or gentlemen who are like not mods. Like mods are here with me for years. I really like to take care of them, so they are going ahead. It doesn't mean you're not going to get it. You will, but mods will get 2 rounds, and everybody else is going to get 1. So, ECAT. You have the tower and you have the bear. It's weird because you're talking about relationship. If I remember, where is it? So the tower can talk about formalizing relationship. Hello, Jazz Speaker. The kids are 1 year old, believe it or not. And Onyx is huge. Onyx is size of Matrix, and I thought Matrix was one of the biggest cats I ever seen. Jasper is a little bit smaller, but she's still much bigger than Safi. Safi is tiny, and she looks super skinny now compared to the other cats, even Bonnie. But anyway, the bear talks about... both these cards to me are something about finances. So I'm not sure why this is coming through in your relationship. You're Aquarius, aren't you? Right? I don't know. Are you well off? And so that could be one interpretation, that you're attracting people who are attracted to what you have. Right? And, you know, and it could be a part of the quote unquote offer that we have. A package deal, right? You know, it's a balding guy who doesn't have manners really would not attract pretty chick, but you see this like really pretty girl on his shoulders, and you know there's like more to that. Kind of like, is he having a thick bank account or something else? That's kind of like the package deal. Oh, you're Leo. Okay. The tower is very formal. The tower always talks about governmental processes, but you can talk about marriages as well, right? It could talk about being completely blunt and kind of like tall condo building kind of a thing. It's positive, it's authority, and the bear is also authority. So are you the authority, or you will attract somebody who is an authority? I don't know. Almost like with the fox in combination, this is somebody who is really well off, but somebody who can be tricky. So a lawyer, maybe, kind of like can you see where I'm heading? Kind of like something like that. That is like really interesting combination. This can also talk about schooling system, so somebody in the government, you know, somebody in the law, somebody who's official. So that's the kind of like type of the person that is going to happen. And even though it's going to look really good on the paper, the little foxy is coming through, right? And the fox is a little bit of a weird card. It has the kind of like 2 things. Did you guys know that fox can climb the trees? Yep, there are dogs who can climb the trees. Because the fox is actually a negative card. And it's really interesting. It's 14 and this is 15. And now they kind of like reverse. It's going to be needed to go step back, because that could be somebody clever and deceiving and somebody who is quick-witted. The truth is are you the fox or are they the fox? Because if you're the fox, this is good. And we don't really know that yet, right? So the fox is also primarily a card 9 to 5. I don't know, do you work for the government or something like formal? That could mean 9 to 5. It's connecting over here for some reason. This is not so much freelance or self-employment, right? But kind of like being sly like a fox is coming to me. As I said, it really depends if you're the fox or not, kind of like how this is going to play out. So be careful. Somebody could be very dubious, somebody who has their own interest over yours. But it's kind of weird. Like, dating is weird, isn't it? You go out and you go, are you going to be the person who is going to love me and cherish me? That's technically, you know, the product you're looking for. So when you put it in that perspective of somebody kind of like who is like aging toward 50 kind of thing, right? This is kind of like where we get it, right? So don't trust too much. That's what I would say. Just be kind of like, take everything with a grain of salt and just kind of like go from there, right? It could be just also somebody very disruptive, but I also have to tell you, this can indicate the boss. So if you have an eye on the boss, the probably boss has an eye on you. And what can go wrong in that situation? He's trying to start a business. I'm dating a poor musician. That's not it. That's not it. He's not, like, is he with you because you are actually doing well off? Like lots of questions over here. So we will see in the second round. Okay, so I did you ECAT. Who else did I call? She didn't reply. A creative guru, a Morgan Greer, money career. Okay, so I see you over here. Let me grab you. Good morning, Agnieszka. What a cute name. I had a reading for a client of mine last week, and I cannot tell you who she is or the questions. And it was a really weird reading. It was just not adding up. I kept going layer by layer by layer. And I said, Jesus, were you possible twins in the past life? And I started looking at past life reading. I said, yeah, you were twins in the past life. And she said, I'm speechless. I just don't know even how to give you feedback on this reading, but I'm sending a picture, and there you go. The picture is like two of them are freaking identical. What do you do about that? So we have 5 of Pentacles and the Devil. And your question was about the money and career. So you're not feeling appreciated where you are right now for some reason, or you maybe feel that you're carrying lots of burden on your shoulders that you're kind of like pushing it through. And the Devil is coming through. Devil is actually a really good card when it comes to the career questions, because it represents, if you really think about it, the Capricorn. And if there is like one sign that is more successful than all other signs in business, that will be earth signs. And from the earth signs will be Taurus and Capricorn being on the top. If you really look at all of these people in the government, not exactly the presidents, but all of these presidents' men, check their horoscope. They probably will be Capricorns. So this is really interesting, because there is like something feeling from isolation, from not kind of like feeling that you belong, now coming up with a strategy. And the strategy is, you know what, I can play this corporate game and I can play that better. Like, you're becoming very smart. Let me just want to pull one more. And there is like a 4 of Swords. Somebody's telling you reversed. Somebody is trying to brainwash you. I would say that you should feel grateful where you are, how you are. Taurus just needs money. That's true. Absolutely true. Like, you can imagine my surprise when the police called me one day that my stepdad was found walking on a highway with plastic bags full of money. That I never knew about it because he was always crying poverty. I was paying all the bills. How much money was in those plastic bags? 250 grand. And this guy would not buy himself a steak. And I cannot afford it. This is how much money he has. And he's like 80, he still doesn't want to spend it. So what happened, how it happened, while I was paying bills, he was stashing the plastic bags with money. I guess that's the Taurus for you. So yeah, that's, I would say that you right now, the message that I see for you, you need to put yourself first. Absolutely. Don't think about the others, because this is just like simply failed strategy. There is like something you need to set aside, because I have a feeling that you're the person who does lots of things for the others, and it just doesn't count. Kind of like person who is very attentive, but meanwhile people just will step on you. So at this stage, you're putting yourself here, and you're coming up with some kind of strategy that you're going to keep to yourself and just simply put it in action. So this talks about not being grateful technically, but in a sense that you don't have to be grateful, that somebody's trying to tell you, but you really need to know yourself to move forward. This is really good card. It's a major, so minimizes the other 2. So there's like a food for thought over here, right? So that's what it is. So let's go. Right? Like, I mean, my dad was like hilarious, and the cop is saying, is he okay? Is he okay? Where did he get this money? Oh, I said, look, he didn't steal it. This is his money. And I said to him, like, where did you get this money? Oh, I just was saving over the years. It's just like unbelievable how, well, but I'm the opposite type. I like to enjoy life. And he came to hit 80, living like a hermit, living, in sub conditions. and he has the money. I guess my money was spread over the years, but that's kind of like how it works. Difference between air signs and earth signs. Like he has a pile of money, then everybody wanted to get a hold on. Some woman showed up to be a good Samaritan, and she just wanted to squeeze me out of equation really quickly. She wanted to say that I'm not good for it. It was just bloody hell how people react when they see the money. That's stuff. All right, let's see who is next one. Ikard, you need to let go of that poor musician, or let this poor musician pace his way through. I don't know why this came over me to tell you, but there is something there. If you don't give people this a kick, that they have to do something, I think I'll just continue reinforcing it. It's really cool that people want to feel their path, but they also need to be functional adults, which is one of my things. Then, let's see, did I receive anything else? And career paths, and this career paths always fall in my lap. Yeah, because you're Capricorn, right? That's why it is. I want a Capricorn versus Taurus money hoarding. Well, Capricorns are, I remember my parents, oh my God, they wanted to be hip. And when I was younger, I remember that one song, Do You Think I'm Sexy by Rod Stewart. Do you know the song I'm talking about? And Rod Stewart had his spiky hair and like freaking leopard, kind of like jumpsuit. I don't know even how to explain it, right? But that was kind of how rockers would dress. And then one day my mom said, but look at this Rod Stewart, look at him here in the suit, look at how, Polish he is. Like, she was like so impressed. Like, I mean, this guy really knows how to dress. And that's Capricorn for you, I think, right? That's kind of like where you look into that. So let's see, who did I now glaze over. I still didn't hear from Lorna H, so I'm going to start the rest of you guys so we can go on the next level. So the first one was, if you're still there, Andrea 54, did I get anything from you? Angel Wisdom. You want Angel Wisdom? Let's do you. I think something flicked for you. Yeah, it did. So you're getting lovers, and you're getting this King of Fire. So it says falling in love, or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, forgiveness and the ending of challenges, exchanging gifts. Don't give up on people you love. And here he's talking about motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious. Take a leadership role. Step into the spotlight. Just be wanna jump up. She's right there thinking if she should jump in the cards. It says public speaking, and keep your eyes on the big picture. Communicate your wisdom and don't be sensitive to criticism. And one more, and this one is reversed. And this one is the Three of Cups. It says news worth celebrating, joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancy, or graduation. A time for gratitude, close communities, or chosen families. However, it reversed. So it's again something that you're being pulled into what other people want versus what you want. This is clearly telling me, again, focus on some dude is showing up here. Clearly there's like something going on, and it's like a lovely exchange. It's like a really high positivity. I always look in the decks, especially in the Lover's card, to how similar in size they are drawing these people, because the more similar, the more of a connection I can read. They did scientific studies about the faithfulness of the species, and the species that have like very similar male and female are very monogamous, versus when there's a discrepancy in size, not so much though, right? Exceptionally, only one exception I think would be ducks, kind of a thing, that they're highly non-monogamous, but they're kind of similar in size. But otherwise, that rule applied. So here it is something that really works, and you might be looking into somebody who is Gemini. You might be looking into somebody who is a Leo or fire sign, air sign, kind of a thing. So I think your girlfriends might kind of like have their say, and it could be a little bit out of jealousy more than any other valid reason. So keep that in mind, Andrea. Okay. So Crystal Smith wants Lenormand. Crystal, you're getting the snake. Do you have a competition, or you have a possibly divorced woman who is so poisonous and negative? Yeah, there is some kind of gentleman. He came reversed, even though Lenormands that don't read reverse cards. Or it could be an ex. Is that like a love question? Because it just came through as a love question. Could be a business question. That would say that they're like a person who has an influence, but there's like somebody who is that devil on the shoulder kind of a thing. The snake is not necessarily a negative card in Lenormand. It's neutral, but it can be seen very negative, especially in this combination. Somebody messing up somebody's love life. So what came across to me is that that could mean an ex-partner, somebody who is still pulling the strings, somebody who is still saying kind of like how thing would look like and what really should do, kind of a thing. But if this is your partner, that's basically your cross to bear, because somebody is being influenced or maybe even blackmailed by somebody. But it's really interesting because he's looking away from that snake. He's looking toward his heart. So he's into you. But this is a real, pardon my language, bitch that is really happening. So this is like a message coming through you. But if this applies to a work situation, it will be, again, somebody has their own agenda, but you are the chosen one so far. And even though it looks good for you, you always have to keep your enemies close, right? That's kind of like what they say. So I think Diabolical Snail, love the name. You are next, and so glad that you caught me live in so many years. Isn't this awesome? So let me just see. Diabolical Snail, did you give me $2 for lemon? Yeah, isn't that crazy? And then they have the thick skin. It's crazy. I saw even somebody online showing that you should go to Costco and buy lemons, and she washed them in baking soda, and then she put them in a big bowl of water, and apparently they can stay like that for a long time. It's crazy that I have to think like that. This is like what we were doing in Croatia, like where we had to prepare stuff and think big and long term and wholesale purchase stuff. So, okay. So you did say any deck you want. Is Sapphire a Capricorn soulmate or move on? Let's go with Lenormand. Well, let's go combination for you if I have to, but let's go with Lenormand first. Diabolical Snail. Ooh, we got the ring. So let's see. It's clearly saying let's see the commitment value in this one. Sapphire, a Capricorn. Okay, so you have the clouds. Okay, so really interesting, because there are things that you need to work on with this person. The clouds, as you know, like I'm not doing reversals in Lenormand. The clouds talks about a confusion. You feel this person is a little bit of a trickster. You feel that possibly even a cheaper. Is this person a soulmate? Now, Lenormand is not going to tell me, so let me just take a random card of this. And you got here, ooh. This is the Eight of Cups, but it was reversed. He's leaving. This is coming back. So is he a soulmate? Possible. Why is this person leaving here? This person is leaving because he has a chest full of treasure. So why is he leaving with feeling so well? Because 2, 4, 6, 7, and he has 1 here. He wants to see if something or somebody out there matches what he has or surpasses that. So 8 is really interesting card. The 9 of Cups, it's a kind of celebration. I found the 9 cup, I'm celebrating, but I want to be on my own. But also, and at 9, person can decide, do I want to move forward into this like union of group and 10 and finding and merging with my mate? Or do I go back here because I was so happy being here with my dog, right? So for you, it's saying this possibility of commitment and possibility of marriage, not just commitment, but marriage. But there are clearly issues because we have the clouds here, we have the clouds here, and Foxy is a little bit of a trickster. If you also look, and I do that when I do the readings, you see the, not spade, what is this called? Guys, help me. What is this? Like a clover, three-leaf clover here called, not spade. Anyway, I cannot think of it right now. So this is the, I can't think of anything. Oh my gosh, I'm just blocked. So we have 3 of them, and this is the kind of like more or less talking about, it will be Pentacles level of kind of like commitment. So the clouds always talk about clearing the air, kind of like figuring out what you want. You see, I don't know, many people don't notice, there's a little kind of like castle over here, but this one worries me. The fox is somebody who is manipulating the situation, so that has to be eliminated unless this is you and you have to figure out. But I would say give it a shot. That's what I would say, because I think it's overall positive. In any relationship, in order to get to that point where you want to commit, you need to clear the air, you need to figure out that everybody's needs are covered, and so a chat and heart to heart would be really helpful over there. Okay, so let's go. Who is next? That was the diabolical snail. Agnieszka, are you still there? Did you leave for me what you want? She didn't. So, 4-leaf clover. But what is this called, that suit in card deck? That's where I was stuck on it, right? The best. We are getting a bunch of snow. Oh, but now California had snow. So it's, oh, hello, Jenny. How are you doing? Snowing and melting all week in Utah. Same thing here. Farm girl and know how to use a shovel. French rain. Keep from. Oh my gosh, it's like really that bad. Okay, thanks, Andrea. Glad to hear this. You're welcome. So, Jenny, we are doing Fan Appreciation Day. I'm going to do the second round really quickly with only 1 card. So this is it. You can pick one of these 4 decks, which is pinned. So this would be the Angel Wisdom Tarot, Morgan Green Tarot, Lenormand, which is a different divination system, and just a regular deck, right? So all of you who already did it, just again tell me which deck you want. Put the question or just general area, and let's run with that. So let's do it. Agnieszka, please tell me which deck you want and the question in order to do it. So let's go with that. Shamrock. Okay, the Welcome Snail is just you made me laugh with that comment. Okay, I'm going back to Barbie. And so Jenny's putting in Lenormand. Okay, everybody put back your questions. This is the second round. Jenny, I'm doing it because you have not been covered in the first round. So the fox, what is this? Like fox keeps warning people. So let's see. Clubs, that's it, clubs. But when I think of the clubs, I always think about banging on somebody. So you have the fox and the dog. Do you have a fake friend, Jenny, of some sort? Or a fake relationship, or somebody speaking things against your back? This could be your better half kind of a thing. Or if you don't have a better half, this could be a path toward a better half. And the path, it's almost like you know what flashed before my eyes? You need to kiss lots of frogs to get your prince kind of a thing. Because this is clearly somebody who doesn't make a good first impression, or who maybe is still very insecure in kind of like how they deal with their life, and but it's worthwhile pursuing, because this person is going to get clarity, and it's going to be much easier as it goes along. I guess that's what I want to say over here. So E-card came up. So I'm going to not scroll back. I'm just going to go how quickly you react over here. I'm just going from Agnieszka, and then Ikat and Barbie from that point on. So Ikat, it's Lenormand in general. Let's see. Ikat message. You guys are fans of Lenormand. Ikat message is telling me go out, meet people, date, network, communicate with people on the social media. The Guardian is like one of those cards, right? Which is basically asking you to interact, right? It's simply telling you instructions for life. And this is the difference between Lenormand and Tarot. Tarot is very philosophical, and this is a big picture, and it's like, okay, this sounds great. I'm going to be Miss Universe, but how do you get there? And then Lenormand actually tells you how to do it, right? So just talk about entertainment or, you know, society and gathering, but it's also marketing. Maybe if you're dating, you want to kind of like refresh your profile, put some kind of like new pictures. It can also mean outdoors and parties, social networking, kind of like stuff like that. This really talks about a lovely social life. It's really kind of like the key of that card, right? And generally, when this was created, like gardens were the places where you would date somebody, because everybody wanted to kind of like keep an eye on you, that you wouldn't be in the bushes, as we have seen it from the Bridgerton, right? I disconnected my Netflix subscription, but I might go back just to see a few shows like Emily in Paris and Bridgerton, the next installment that is coming up, right? So when this card shows up, there are people showing up and meetings to follow, and that usually is face-to-face. That could mean Zoom meeting, but it's still face-to-face. But social networking is really, really, really indicated. So if you're single, it's time to go out and meet people. That also can talk about a speed dating that actually can work really well, right? It's really important. And this is really telling you, it's the card number 20, and it's telling you right now, literally put 20 days on effort in it, kind of like go from there, right? So, go. Red Jenny, interestingly, not enough, right? I have the guy that I work with absolutely thinks that tarot and all of this stuff is a nonsense. He has 2 engineering degrees, and it's, I mean, I have a math degree, so for me, I also had to reconcile how do you go from pure logic, pure analytics to, you know, trusting your gut and trusting universe. And I'm also not religious, so that was even another obstacle. At least this dude is religious, so he has a little bit of this. So we had a sort of a dispute, and he said, oh, you believe in these cards. Well, let me see what your cards would say. So I just pulled a card, and it was, what was the card? Change of the wind, something like that, right? And I said, I'm not going to interpret it myself. I'm going to read from the book. So that way, kind of like we just take that interpretation. It was really like saying, it was like a storm brewing. It was like things that people were not having the feeling that they have equal footing. But once when this is cleared, it's going to really kind of like straighten this whole thing out, which is basically what we did just minutes prior to it. So, oh my gosh, I'm going to start believing in that stuff. So it was really interesting. So really, Emily in Paris was really cute. I watched it first in English and then in French. But apparently French people really hated it because they felt it was poked fun with them. You're welcome, Ecat. Who is next one? Barbie, did you give me your stuff? Where am I? Where was this? Where I started? Okay. Barbie Lenormand. She did. Lenormand and money. Let's see. Jenny Lover in the know it's always it's always right on. Okay, so the key, the ring. Barbie's already clapping. Okay, guys, let's do it. Let's do the group reading for Barbie. So the key. The key is the key of this deck. So this is the solution is arriving. Commitment, meeting of the minds. And the lilies mean something from the past, but it also talks about professionals. Maybe somebody who has a gray hair, maybe somebody who is bold, maybe somebody who is salt and pepper, right? Lilies are a really powerful card because it talks about that have been forces that have been working in the background, maybe that we are not fully kind of capable of. So Barbie, does your settlement depends on a doctor's note or something? because that can talk about the doctor as well. But it can talk about harmony and maturity. It can also talk about sexuality, but given that she's asking for the monetary reading, that doesn't apply over here. So this is maturity. It's really interesting because, you know, it is somebody older, but it is also a card of personal satisfaction. So going to be really cool. I guess that I think you have a court. I wonder if this is going to be a settlement before the court, because there's like something reaching, and it's going to depend. I feel possibly on some doctor's note or something that is going to be pointed out. That's kind of like is coming through like that, right? Because keep in mind the key is like number 33, so it's like that universal number, right? It's very important. It's about opening doors. It's about success, and success spelled out with capital letters. And this is like a big wish card of the deck, right? So the combination is really, really good, right? So where the key shows up, you really need to look around it. So there is like a commitment. So key to commitment from something from the past. In your case, this simply could mean something that has been going on for a while, you know. The key sometimes point to the way, and the way it's showing here, there's like something coming through, right? And it's really, really important. So this is overall good, and it could be a settlement just on the doorsteps. But since we don't have the house, this could be simply somebody saying, okay, should we really go with the freaking court? Because, you know, there is like something about mastery. There's like somebody who is going to realize they're like unmatched. And that's kind of like at the stage is coming to that stage, shit or get off the pot kind of a thing. And it's realization, okay, you know what? Let's do it. Because once when you get into the, I guess, litigation of itself, it gets very hairy for everybody, lawyers, judges, participants. But if people feel they can lose, and as we saw it before, that it might be just a little bit less, that you will need to compromise a little bit, but it's a big success. It's a huge, big success. Injury. That's why it is. That is going to be the key. So if your lawyer gets stuck, it's still, let's go and read the notes from the lawyer, from the doctor, because it's going to be something there that you need to pull and say in that negotiation. That's kind of like how I see, right? So let's see. Oh, Russian doll was so good. It was really, really good. But the OA was also very good. It's too bad that they actually don't follow through with that. Ozarks also I liked. What else I watched on Netflix? And then it started to be just weird. At one point, couldn't see anything for months. Now I found a channel. It's free. It's called Tubi. And it has lots of older movies that you can watch, right? So I rewatched Apollo 13 last night. And I like that. It's completely free. So that's why it is. So let's do this. Who is the next one? We should all show up with a justice card instead for Jenny. Career, Andy. Let's do career. Did you what deck, Andy? I'm just trying to see. Andy, what deck did we have? Did we have the Angel Wisdom for you? And I'm trying to do it. Well, I'm going to just career. Let's go with this one, unless you clarify something next. You have the Dreamer and you have the Magician. So there is an expression in my language, what a grandma was dreaming, grandma got, kind of a thing, right? And this is kind of like talking about the power of dreams and something that we want to kind of like envision in our life. It says a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. This is the Fool's card. Everything is possible. But look at this Fool's card. This is the same dude. Who was it? Did you get this Eight of Cups that he was leaving this room? And look at it. It's a Cosmos over here. So there is like the new reset. If you really think about it, there are angels looking over him. And there is like his faithful companion. So it's just basically saying take a leap of a sort and things are going to work out. It's saying that you have everything to need to succeed. It says magic is alive in your life. What you need to be a success will manifest. If you believe it, you can do it. And that's amazing combination. You're going from 0 to 1. There are 2 major arcanas, and just saying, look, you know what, it's a good time to make a switch. It's a good time to demand what you want, and we keep moving forward. So let's do it, right? Free we is a good. Okay, let me just do that. Yeah, I was doing Murdoch mysteries and then I got tired after a few seasons. It's just like the same old, same old. I'm going to also take a screenshot with your guys' suggestions because I'll forget it later. There we go. I have this. Let's save it somewhere that is not in my business folder. All right. So who is next? Who is next? I did ECAT, I did Barbie, I did Andy. Who else? Who else did put in? Angel Wisdom Andrea. So you're next. Who did put it in? Current feelings from your Leo boyfriend. Current feelings are Justice reversed. And then you have also Page of Fire reversed. There's like somebody who's dragging his feet. He doesn't want to get married. He's sitting on the limb. I don't like this combination. I really have to tell you. It's really interesting. I also don't like when the Justice is 8. It just always turns me off. So 8 is about commitment as well. So I always, when the decks are reversed in these 2 cards, I always read them as both cards coming in one. So there's somebody who is dragging his feet and who is at this stage not willing to move forward. So feeling wise, there is energy in this relationship, but he does have an upper hand. So you need to really keep this in mind, and you need to become an equal partner and put your foot down or move on if he doesn't have the same kind of like trajectory that you have, right? So that's very interesting. So Jenny said Angel Wisdom in general here. Ugh, this card came through. You got Justice upright. And you have the King of Air reversed. That's really interesting because they are very similar. So, for some reason, I'm a little bit intrigued and even kind of like taken back with this. He has 2 swords over here, not 1. But this dude is, viciously annoying. His words are cutting. It says in the upright situation he will be intelligent and impartial and respected and wise advice and objective and fair-minded, communicates clearly, but also says unemotional relationships or being emotional unavailable. But I do have to tell you that whenever the figures reverse, we can experience total viciousness. Like you will think that you're doing something in this person's best interest. I just had that happen to me last week. I dealt with Libra and I was doing everything to support this dude. And like imagine my surprise when I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Whoa, right? So that's kind of like what they are, and they kind of like turn you into a punching ball. Their social skills kind of suffer. So if you do not really react quickly and put a barrier there, they'll continue doing that stuff. You really need to react because you're in a good position. You're in a position of winning, but you have to minimize this person, in particular one person who could be air sign. It could be Aquarius. But this could be also Libra, very much Libra as well, because this is coming up with this as well. So keep that in mind. There's like somebody who can be like that. They're not necessarily harmful, but they can be unjust. They cannot give you credit for contribution, etc., etc. Okay. So let's see, that was you. I just keep going here. Andrea, I did you, I just forgot you before. Who else do I have here? If you're doing around 2, Lenormand for Kelsey. Kylie, are you still there? I didn't get your second one. Okay. Kelsey, you're next. Kyles, don't forget to put your stuff. Kelsey, you have the sun. Where are you? What did you want? Have to check. Okay, there are 4. Ah, look at that. Wasn't this awesome? Like, it was like that. I said, shoot, again we have the damn fox. Chris, I also didn't get anything from you as well. Please do it because I'm wrapping this up. And so this came through. Something is being cut. This fox is getting cut in their own BS. You don't have to do anything over here. The sun is shining. You're moving forward. It's something lovely. It could be a little trip. It could be like, I mean, simple romance. I forgot the question here, but it's really general answer as well, because the sun comes through and it's really giving you incredible power and incredible ability to do that. Like you said, money and career reading. So this is talking about the big success over here. The sun is also a very positive card in Lenormand as well. I guess it is our universe. It always has to kind of like stay that way. It's never going to really affect us in a kind of like negative way. It's could be brilliance in terms of career or confidence. It's a good fortune as well, but it's also luck. So it talks about the summer. There's like something like that is going to be switched. So this could mean in terms of career, maybe even being in a different position or in a different city. This clearly, like, it's a movement. The rider doesn't go very far, but he moves. Like, ship can go really, really far, right? But this is the card of a brilliant happiness, because the sun brightens all the cards, kind of like that is really happening all over, right? And also, if you stay in this workplace, then it's going to be some kind of promotion if you wish, and then you're going to get a highly visible position. And that's kind of like where I would kind of like leave this, right? So let's do that. And I'm wrapping up Kylie's Lenormand Romance Love in 2023. It's kind of hard to summarize, as you know, in 3, especially with Lenormand, but I can give it a shot. Inventing Anna. I saw Inventing Anna. It's like, what's her name? Julia? Man, that Aquarius chick, she is amazing. She was great in Ozarks, and she's amazing in that one as well. So we have the Crossroads, the Sun, and the Tower. Again, you're getting the Sun. It's a central card. It's very positive. So now you're working for the company that has very structured. It could be even romance and the workplace, to be honest with you. It is all very positive, except it's really telling me that there are choices to be made. The Crossroads is really interesting card, right? Because it really talks about, you know, the choices make, and sometimes we can get lost, right? Did you ever try to explain something and the next thing you know, oh, I took a left turn there, oh my gosh, I better go back, they have no clue what I'm talking about, right? So this is a double life. Maybe you're stretching yourself too thin, right? So you need to navigate this a little bit, right? So decisions to be made, as I said. New opportunities will be coming up. So this could mean 2 choices as well, you know, but you need to choose one. This card clearly says, sure, there could be multiple choices. You cannot be on 2 chairs over here. Very important, right? It is a little bit of uncertain time. It's going to feel this way, but another relationship will come into place. So it's going to be one that you're going to be very interested. It's not going to be the one. It's going to be the other one that you're less interested, that is going to really shine. This also can be read, it could even lead to something very serious to the point of making it official, right? Because these are the governmental buildings where you kind of like make this agreement, right? So I would say something is going to be happening around the 22nd, between the 19th and 22nd of the month, and this could be crucial dates for you to really look for, right? So that's why it is. There you go. And let's see, Jenny, you're the last one unless I get from Chris. Agnieszka, did I do the Lenormand for you? Okay, let's just do Agnieszka. I completely didn't see you. Agnieszka, she's asking, what is my destination in life? Ooh, you need to cut something, and you need to cut the sun. Gosh, that's bizarre. Why do you need to cut the sun? Whoa, this is a really big one. I do suggest you getting a reading with me. The cross is karma. The ship is travel. But the big one, not just like a rider. Like it's literally across the sea. So I don't know where you are. So it could be even moving to a different continent. And so basically when you cut the sun, what do you get when you cut the sun? You get the night. And it can be interpreted, and then you have the night here. So it can be interpreted literally move to a different country where, like now, if there is a day in your country, it will be night in that country, kind of a thing, right? This is a little bit bizarre though, because you generally never want to cut the sun, and Scythe can talk about something sharp of some sort that can be very uncomfortable. It's not a positive card, it's a negative card. It could be danger, but this could mean that somebody's presenting to be helpful, somebody's presenting to kind of like do things for you, but generally it could be a sudden pain, a separation of some sort. So maybe you separate from somebody who you kind of like really trusted, and you put like your faith in it, and then it's prompting you to look after you and your destiny, because this is a karma card. Something is really destined for you, right? So this is kind of like a card that goes into what they call it Sinister 7 in Lenormand, which talks about warning, it talks about danger. It depends also on which way it faces the scythe, and this way it's cutting the sun, right? So not the other way around. So kind of like it is gauged that there's like some kind of danger that we need to handle. And this kind of like cross is the very last card in a deck, and it's also negative energy, but it's negative energy that talks about end. Could be a grief of some sort, could be kind of going over something, it could be a religion, could be dispute over the religious approach, or somebody's too religious or not religious enough. It could be a test or challenge. It's really heavy card, so that's what I suggested reading, because I am getting a lot over here, really a lot. So you might go through the long periods of hard work and very little payoff. Maybe the old regrets will be coming to the surface, and it kind of like almost looks like with these two cards on the bookends that there's like something growing already inside that needs to be manifested. So that's kind of do it. And I watched the Anatomy of a Scandal as well. It's actually really good. It turned out good, and I watched it in French. I'm so proud of myself. So that was Jenny, was Agnieszka. And is there anybody else after her? I didn't get anything from Chris, so I think this is it for now. Did I do Jenny, the general angel did I do this? I'm not so sure. I didn't do this, right? Jenny, I think one more general age wisdom, and that's it. And you're getting here, oh, 5 of Swords. Oh, that's really interesting. So look at here. Oh my gosh, what a lovely card to represent this. Like everybody's gambling, and you have people who are happy, you have losers, clear winners and clear losers, and people who are just unhappy with being there. It says an unwise choice. There is a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. Similar fashion is like Two of Pentacles, except look, he's juggling time, and most of us forget that time is the key. Working too hard or multiple jobs. The need to bring balance and fun into your life. Juggling multiple priorities and balancing the budget. That's really interesting here as well. And when Geronimo, somebody just came up on the tail end. Okay, well, let me pull the card for you as well. General as well. So, Barbie, I watch the news. News is so depressing, isn't it, right now? So it's about the man from other country. Oh my God. So you see, you know better. So Rowan, Geronimo, you're getting the star reversed. And the star is like that lovely card. And look at how beautiful interpretation of this card is. But it came reversed. So this tells me that you at this stage really need to nourish yourself. You need to eat the right food. You need to sleep. You need to meditate. You literally start looking after all of these elements, because that's a huge message that is like a rebuild taking place for you, and that you really need to look into that and care for that. So that is really, really important, right? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. I appreciate you being here. I kind of like had a really great fun today. So the next time, let's see when is going to be the next time. So we have the 18th and we have the 25th. And so let's do the 18th the next week, because the transition is already switching on the 20th for the Aries, right? So I'm going to read all the signs on that day, so we kind of like have it, and then I can have a break the week after, and then we can have a fan appreciation, and then I'm going to go back to the twice a month schedule. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Yeah, all of you have a lazy weekend. I have to go now and do my French lesson, which is, it took the last Saturday. I was like 7 or 8 hours working on it and neglecting my French now with working so hard. So at least Saturdays I usually just spend doing that. So maybe I should also walk the dog, given that we have a beautiful sunny weather outside. And then they just said, did you not see the forecast? It's going to change. So maybe I have to take advantage of that. So thank you so much, everybody. I love you, and I will see you next week. I think the computer is finally fixed. Things are going well, and we go from there. Love you, love you, love you. Take care, and I'll talk to you very, very soon.